The man glanced at the milk carton in his hand and instantly thought of a way to escape from prison. He stepped on the milk carton to flatten it, then unfolded the entire carton. Next, he used a spoon to pick out the layer of wax film inside. Finally, while the prison guard wasn't looking, he stuck the wax film on the combination lock. When they entered the password, fingerprints would be left behind. By comparing the positions of the fingerprints, he could figure out which four keys were used. The next step was to try out the passwords. Then the man crumpled a piece of toilet paper into a small ball and coated it with glue. He needed to make many such small balls. Then he wrapped all the small balls with a wet tissue, resulting in a large, sticky paper ball. When the guard unlocked his handcuffs for him to eat, he secretly stuffed it into the lock of the small window. This way, even if the other party locked the small window, he could push it open easily. Then he could easily reach the combination lock. But this alone wasn't enough to escape. He still needed to meet other conditions. First, he needed to understand the prison guard's movement patterns to find gaps. Second, there must be someone outside to pick him up. Although the prison seemed heavily guarded, it had a fatal weakness. The solitary confinement cell here was adjacent to an unguarded fire station garage. Later, the man deliberately picked a fight with someone so that the guards would lock him in the solitary confinement cell. After entering, he carefully observed the personnel arrangement here and found that there were only 2 guards on duty. Moreover, they had the habit of going out to smoke, which just became the gap for him to escape. Through the iron net above, he could clearly hear the sound of the guards opening and closing the door on the rooftop. From this, he could calculate the time they spent smoking. Finally, he used the camera here to send the escape time to his hacker friend. Everything was ready, and it was time to take action. He opened the combination lock. After coming out, the man first rewound the surveillance footage, creating the illusion that he was still in his cell to gain more escape time. Then he used the ventilation duct to successfully reach the fire station. After that, he changed into clothes and disguised himself as a firefighter. At this time, the 2 guards were still smoking on the rooftop. His accomplice deliberately set off an explosion in the parking lot next to the prison to trigger the dispatch of the fire brigade. The man had already hidden under the car. At this moment, everyone ran to put out the fire, and no one would notice him at all. In this way, he successfully escaped right in front of the prison guards. But the man didn't hide. Instead, he went to find the warden of the prison.